Hi everyone, Brian from Barrel Traders here. It is Sunday, May 17th. Sorry for not being able to do a midweek recap. I had to deal with some family issues, so I was flying back east, and appreciated all the emails I got, and your thoughts were very much appreciated. So let's get to the week that was and take a look ahead here. Let's take a look what was strong, what wasn't in terms of the groups. You can see communication services, which is what I've been noticing quite a bit, is we still seem to be seems to be leading the pack here. What's kind of surprising is this consumer discretionary being strong. You would think with a lot of the unemployment and concerns about paying their bills, you would think discretionary would be down. But I believe Amazon's in that one, so that's maybe why that's up. Consumer staples, not surprising. That's where people buy stuff that they need. Toothpaste, toilet paper, you know the stuff. Technology kind of in the middle of the pack now, and surprisingly, given our current environment, safety trades like utilities right at the bottom of the pack here. Banks have not been doing well overall, and of course energy has not been doing well either, although when I look at the futures right now, we're up pretty big on the markets, and we're also all the commodities are up too. Oil, natural gas, silver and gold. So looking forward to a strong open possibly if it holds. And let's take a look at what we got for earnings coming up before we dive into the charts quickly. You can see some pretty big names here. Nvidia is going to be a big one. There it's pretty much close to its all-time high, so when it reports on the 21st, should be interesting. See if it meets expectations or it's going to be a sell the news event. Baba, Baidu, some of the Chinese big names coming up. We've got some retailers like Walmart. I think Target's in there too. Yep, Home Depot. Home Depot, everyone's down there. See, the parking lots are jam-packed. Nobody's able to do anything else except work on their home, so they're down there buying everything from lumber to all their outdoor stuff. Macy's also reporting, and a travel company, Expedia, should be a bit of a disaster. Same with our RCL, which people have been day trading the heck out of. So it's been pretty interesting so far here. So let's just dive into the markets here and see where we're going to go this week or where we've been. Trying to figure out where we're going to go here. So the transports, I always like to look at the transports because it's hard for the Dow to go higher if the transports don't lead it higher. And you can see here we're down percent and a bit on the week, or on the day. On the week we were down a lot more. Don't know exactly, but you can see here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday we had a bit of a rally, and the transports didn't get up off their keister here. So not great volume, but again, this RSI is rolling over. Stokes are weak, so kind of interesting. Maybe we'll see what happens on Monday, but that doesn't bode well for the overall market, like the Dow. 10-year treasuries looked like they were going to break out. That's why I was playing TBT on the long side. I did take some profits, and then it started to fall back. I took some more out, and then I had to sell the rest at a loss. So overall, it was a positive trade, but it didn't go the way I wanted to. So unfortunately, we may be putting another bottom here, but it's hard to fight the Fed with they're just going to keep interest rates down and do whatever they can to make sure they go up. So might be a fighting the Fed event. So I'm not sure about that. I'm just going to keep an eye on TVT and see where the yields go as we get into the week here. Maybe put another position on. So the Dow, you can see we were down on the daily. This was supposed to be a weekly. Why is this not updated weekly? There we go. You can see we're down 2.5%, more than 2.5% on the week. Pretty wiki week. As you can see here, we're well off the lows of the week. Bit of volume. RSI's weak. MACD looks like it's going to turn positive here. Stochastics right in the middle, so not much to see there. We'll see what happens. And let's take a look at the weekly. We did that again, did we? Okay. look at I'm wanting to look at the weeklies because it gives me a better overview of what's happened during the week. So again, you can see we're down on the IWM, even worse, 5.5% on the week, and on volume, no less. And MACD or RSI is turning lower here. So overall, the markets look weak, even though we seem to be gapping up right now. I think we're going to have the same problem with all these charts. I think they're defaulting to one setting. So anyway, just going to have to do this. So you can see here the Qs, of course, indecision candle, RSI still strong, still making a series of higher lows. Looks like it wants to push higher. MACD going higher. Decent volume, still look good. So I'd be watching the Qs to continue higher. And let's see what else we got. SPY update. And again here, bit of an inside week overall. You can see RSI is rolling over a little bit here. MACD is just about to go positive. Stochastics coming up. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. We could be getting into some area where we're just going to chop. You can kind of see here where we had some resistance, bit of support in this area, bit of support down here. So we could end up, the Fed, fighting to keep the market afloat and economic reality pushing it down. So we may just end up, trading sideways for a good long period of time here. So let's jump ahead to the dollar. The dollar always has an impact on some of the commodities and emerging markets, but you can see here it's pretty, still looks a little like it might try to break out here. We'll keep an eye on this for 2720, but the gold is going higher too, so it seems like a bit of at this point, a bit of a dichotomy. And the VIX, again, we seem to be getting into a bit of chop here. I'm sure it's going to be, if we stay strong, it'll be down Monday. Kind of a floor here at 28-ish. If we break that, then maybe we come back down to test the 200-day moving average. Good way to play this would be these shares, Pro SVXY. It could, it's at 33 right now. Low is 31.50. We could be heading back up to 35 here if the market continues to be strong. Volume's been decent over the last couple of days. RSI turning up. So interesting. Let's take a look quickly what we've got on watch. So gold is something that again, I was in GDX. Looked like it was pulling back. I didn't get back in, but it's up $9.50 at least right now. It looks like it's heading back to this all-time high. There's going to be some significant resistance, I'm sure, at this level here, this 1775 on this continuous contract. And if we're up $10 right now, we're at 1765. So everything looks like it's all systems go. We've got the 200. The 50, the 20, all curling up. Got RSI curling up. MACD about to cross. Stochastic strong. Yeah, everything in this looks pretty good for a move higher. BA I was watching because I was looking for it to break down, and it actually even on these two strong days, it did manage to be up on each day, but it was actually down on Friday, even though it did come off the low of the day. And this 120 level is an area. What got down to 118, so it could be heading lower. And of course, the travel industry and the airlines, of course, suffering with no immediate end in sight. So GLD, this is a cheap way to play the price of gold. Looks like it's about to break. Should be breaking out here on Monday if we stay strong. KWeb, this is interesting. I mean, this is the Chinese internet stocks. They look strong. I'm hearing a lot of news about how countries are looking at basically their relationship with China and the Chinese Communist Party, and they get questioning why they've now they've put all their sourcing of critical, like for example, masks and other healthcare components in the hands of foreign powers, especially ones that may not be exactly friendly to the West. So even though they pretend to be, so it's the Communist Party. I'm not making any comments about the individual race. It's just the Communist Party is not friends of democracy. And yeah, so I think you hear Japan's already deciding to try to pull stuff back out of China that they've been manufacturing there, and I think a lot of other countries are probably going to do the same. So, and I know there's a big push now in the U.S. to try to bring some manufacturing back, and I think it's a pretty good idea. I think this whole pandemic has been a bit of a wake-up call, which I guess if there's a silver lining in this, that may be one of them. So, yeah. So basically, this I'm not. I just don't have a lot of confidence that if people are going to be. I mean, this still could be strong, but I'm thinking that there may be some backlash and some stuff with the Chinese stocks that may not bode well for the short term. So we'll see what they do. Of course, they're coming out. Baba and Baidu are going to be reporting, so we'll see how that goes. That'll drive the market, that index higher, of course, if they report really good earnings. So yeah, here's Labu. This one I mentioned in the trading room on Friday. I took it long. Actually held some over the weekend here. Held it right through the day. Went out, and the reason I held it was it really went out nicely on the day. Let's just take a look at the. Just why I decided to hold it, because it just the 2 hour, it just continued to go up nicely here right into the close. So yeah, so I just decided to keep some, and I like that. I think it's could be heading back up over 50 here on Labu. That's the biotech. mRNA looks like it's on the verge of breaking out here. What's the high? The high is 68.5. This is 68, so a little less. Yes, on Friday, it's just 67, 67 again. So I'd be watching for mRNA to break out. Silver's been the creeper here. I've been keeping an eye on that, and I actually took a position on Friday in some Toronto stocks, First Majestic, Silver, and yeah, so it's really breaking out here. I think it's already super extended on Friday, but you can see it had a nice run up, and then we consolidating just below this breakout line. Then we had the breakout pop up. I suspect this is going to pull back. I just don't see how it can keep going from here. It's getting close to the 200-day on silver here, and it's getting over RSI. We're bought big volume, huge volume. So I think silver is finally playing catch up. I mentioned this in my videos, how silver has been lagging gold, and now it's all of a sudden it's just waking up. And yeah, sometimes it's an industrial metal, other times it's sort of a cheap man's gold. And I guess people have decided all of a sudden it's a cheap way to play gold, with gold looking like it's going to break out to new highs here. So keep an eye on silver. Square breaking out. Again, this has been really strong, broke out strong Thursday, strong Friday. We're right back up near these highs, which there'll be some resistance here, but watch for that strength on Monday to continue. Again, TBT was in long, got out some here, and then it started to pull back, got out more, and then got out the rest down here. It just unfortunately it was a option trade, so positive on the first two trades, and then a loss on the last part of it. But overall, made a bit of money, but just a little bit of a disappointment because I really thought it was going to break out here through this prior level of resistance. So maybe might be worth taking an entry back again. TNA, 2 strong days Thursday, Friday, after 2 weekdays, Tuesday, Wednesday. And so, again, I'm not, we may be getting into some chop here with small caps. Natural gas, just horrible trade. It's going to be, natural gas is up today. At the pre-market, we'll see if it can hold. If it can, maybe we'll take a trade on that one to the long side. And oil is up as well. Oil looks like it's breaking out of this this area here. So let's we'll keep an eye on oil on Monday. See if it can hold. And we may be heading back up here on the USO to 25.60-ish. And then maybe we could even fill the gap at 30. I think that's a pretty big stretch. But you can see here a lot of volume, all this buying down here of the USO, and a lot of people taking positions here for the move higher. RSI turning up nicely here. So yeah, it looks good. All right, well, that's it, everybody. Hopefully it wasn't too long, and hope everyone's had a good weekend. This is my book on Amazon, How to Swing Trade, if you haven't checked it out yet. So we'll catch everyone in the Bear Bull Trading Room tomorrow morning. If you're going to join us there, pre-market show starts at 8:30 as usual, and then we'll start trading the market when it opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and that's where I am right now. I'm in the East, so I don't have to get up super early, and that's the nice thing. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening, weekend, everybody, and we will hopefully see you in the morning. Bye for now.